Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. And we'll all hang on behind.
Throw it right, I got it.
I was like, dang, bro. We're gonna have another bro day
today. I was working. Yep.
That's why I texted you earlier.
Go to the messages I sent myself.
And then we're gonna go watch The Northman.
The North. You remember they tweeted me?
Yep. We're going to watch The Northman.
So go to mine.
I'll get tickets right now if I need to.
I like this first one right here. That one. What sparks your creativity makes the wheels in your head start turning? Christopher.
You would start off with me.
What's your middle name?
Michael.
Christopher Michael.
Christopher Michael. That's
Vargas.
That's it. You know there's another Chris Vargas here?
I do know that. Yep.
It's so crazy. Everybody gets me confused with him. I'm like, no, that guy, that's Chris, that tattoos. I just have tattoos. But as far as what sparks my creativity, like gets the wheels start to turning, man, it's sporadic, to be honest with you. Like, I wish that I had a go-to, like, every time I sit down and I do this, it happens for me. But it doesn't always happen like that. For me, definitely watching new movies helps. Just because, like, from a creative standpoint, I'm like, dang, that's really clever. Like, I really enjoyed that. Like, when I was watching, and we'll talk about that later, but, like, just new experiences. So the movies has always been the cheapest way to have a new experience without having to travel.
Is that why, like, people like me,
right.
I enjoy it? Like,
I think that's why
I don't have like the brain like y'all like to watch it, and I just go and fucking watch a movie.
Right,
it's a story, yeah.
I love
it. It's an escape.
That's kind of what Lords of Film was kind of started off as. Like, she's kind of done her own thing now, but it was initially it was like, let's talk about the experience of going, you know, what the theater was like, what we ate, the people that were fucking annoying.
Right.
But it's different now.
It's supposed to take you on a journey. It's supposed to get you emotionally involved. And pique your emotions in different ways, and so it does feel like an actual experience, you know, a well-written movie. And you know that when you look into writing scripts and stuff, they all follow the same basic pattern.
Can I take a little tangent? I did some acting on Sunday.
Nice.
And apparently it's not that expensive to rent out a theater.
Really?
So he's renting out a theater next month.
Really?
And I'm gonna be on the big screen, bro.
Is it with
that's
Paco?
what's up.
Yeah, well, Paco's helping him film.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a different guy. His name's
How much
Connor.
was it to rent out the theater?
$300.
Really?
$50 deposit, dude. It's actually really cheap.
Wow.
Well, the one at the mall is.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is like $1,500 apparently. But still.
But it's a private screening?
Yeah. It's
Nice,
just like a 15-minute film. And
Really?
I don't know how long you get, but.
Damn, that's crazy.
So the scene is me being a pastor and I'm marrying these couples and they're kissing, and I didn't realize this. Like, I've never been a part of a film. There's like 5 different shots you have to take for one little scene. So there's one, I think the scene they're gonna end up using, they're like a close-up of them kissing, and I'm way taller than them. You just see my creepy ass staring at, and I didn't know what to do. Like, they didn't tell me, so I'm like, what face do I fucking make? Like,
did you wear your priest uniform?
He said you just see my
no,
creepy
I was a
ass
pastor. I wasn't a
staring.
priest.
Oh, okay.
That is hilarious.
But,
See his robe start to go up.
but it's just like, you know,
Priests don't get no action.
they're supposed to direct me, and they didn't tell me. I was like, I don't know, because I'm obviously like just towering over them. And I was like, damn, what face do I fucking make, man? It was weird. So if you guys go watch that movie, you're gonna see me be weird on that. Speaking of the movie,
that's what you got to do.
But getting back to the question, I would just say, like, new experiences. New experience is helpful to me. Just like being a stranger in a strange land is kind of nice. Like, just being able to watch from a broad view. Like, I love people watching. Like, that's kind of like one of my things. But just taking all of that in, soaking it up, and really just kind of marinating in it for a moment, and then putting it back out.
how many movies do you think you watch a month?
Man, that's a good
Would
question.
you probably average like once a week?
At least.
Like at the theater? Sorry.
At the theater, yeah, probably like once a week. I probably like maybe every other week, like, because of everything that's been crazy that's been happening. But like now that it's starting to get back to normal, I would say it's probably been like every week for sure. I try to, even if it's like a movie, like a smaller movie, just to go support, because that's how Hollywood chooses to make movies. What's making money? So if it's an original idea, if it's a cool idea, definitely got to go watch that movie. Otherwise, it ain't gonna make no more. Then it's nothing but reboots and sequels. But back to the creative juices thing.
Hollywood sucks.
Back to the creative juices thing. Really, yeah, just new experiences. New experience. I'm trying to get back to the question because I know we go on these tangents. What about you, Spark? Or Swag? Oh my God.
Sparky.
You fucked up 2 words already.
No, hey, Sparky's my nickname.
Spark.
Y'all remember that mouse? Watch out, Sparky, watch out. He taught you not to play with electricity and shit.
Bro.
Yeah, that was me.
That's a real thing.
Have you ever been shocked?
Yes,
Hell
I
yeah.
I
have.
hate it.
Dude, it's
Hot wire.
fun.
I made a homemade taser and I blasted my finger.
Oh my
Homemade
God.
taser?
A homemade taser just sounds incredibly
Sounds dangerous.
100%. I'm surprised you're alive.
There's reasons like this that I believe a little bit of policing on the internet is all right. Because there's this guy just teaching you all this shit, and we just.
And
you
then
just did it?
and then you proceeded to shock yourself with.
Well, because you have to like, like a disposable camera. You know how you like warm it up or whatever, like the little flash button. You press that, and then it. And my hand was on the part where it shocks you, and I press it to warm it up, and it fucking just zapped me, and I was like, God,
Bro,
I hate electricity.
I just realized
levels.
you do have a fascination with getting shocked. Because even at that thing, the live podcast, y'all did, you were having everybody get shocked. I was like, nah, not your boy. Not today, son.
Well, that was different. I was way out of my mind that night.
He was pretty faded. I think all of y'all were faded. I was like, dang, y'all are true G's, bro. Did you do it, Swag?
Uh-huh.
You did it? How'd it feel?
It was cool. It felt like hot wire, like whenever there's a cattle and they have that one wire that's hot. You gotta grab that bitch when you're a kid. You just gotta, unless you're fucking pussy.
All right,
So I was grabbing onto it with 2 hands.
Where were we at? My fault.
So the question is, what sparks your creativity?
You were saying
What makes the wheels in your head start turning? So my first answer would be cannabis in a hot shower. And then another answer would be other creative people. Whenever I don't really have anything to lose with the idea, like if it's just somebody asking for advice or somebody asking for ideas, that really gets my wheels turning, because it's like
brainstorming.
no commitment, no investment. Here's some ideas. I really like brainstorming. Cleaning and organizing my space. This book is called The War of Art. And one of the main points that Stephen Pressfield makes is that you have to create a safe space for the what is it called?
For the muse?
To speak the muse. Thank you. I got lost on that on that word last time.
Yeah.
The muse. You have to create space for the muse to work through you, and so you have to show respect to the muse by cleaning your area. You have to clean, no matter where you're living and what your circumstance is. Clean that shit up as best as you can. And creativity will rain down on you.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I want a muse.
Yeah, and I think they come in different forms. I mean, everybody has their thing, and that's what I was saying. Like, for me, it's sporadic. Like, it's set off by different things, and I think it's because I've been doing like some sort of art on some level for like the last 10 years, going on like 12. So it's
10 going on 12.
Yeah, man. Well, 10, 11. I'm trying to think how long it's been. But, like, when I say, like, art, I mean, I was rapping when I was, like, 16. And I was, like, really trying to do something. And I was finally, on my way, I felt like. And then it switched. And then I didn't do anything for a while. And so to go back to the well over and over and over and over and over, like, you kind of need something to kind of help jumpstart it. And for me, like I said, that's... I agree. Even just being around other creative people and having those conversations, like, that's a big one. Like, that's a really big one. Like, I always feel like kind of rejuvenated whenever I hang out with you guys, because it's nice. You know what I mean,
dude? I've been obsessed with your movie that you told us about.
Which one?
The one that Roy cut out of the podcast.
I was gonna mention it, dude. I can't stop.
With the chupacabras and the bull
Oh yeah, really? Did you go back and watch it?
No, I've been thinking about it all week.
Yeah.
You showed me the trailer.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it all week.
It's a really dope idea.
I've been thinking about writing a script to that shit.
Dude,
tell them to come in.
We got a couple of treatments that we wrote already for it, and like I said, we have some artwork that we got done We have a pitch deck already. Like, it's pretty well in there, but it's just a matter of time. And that's just one story that we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just an example. I just brought that up because it's an example of how other people's creativity can spark my creativity.
Yeah. It's dope. Dude, that's a sexy watch, bro.
$10.
Where'd you get it at?
Backstage.
Backstage?
I was just chilling in a pile. This was right before all these pussies started making things expensive.
Dude,
Like literally.
I have a story about that. We'll talk about it later because I'm about to like. But yeah.
So, we good?
Yeah.
How do we sound, by the way? I didn't even ask.
That sound good.
We sound good?
All right, cool. All right, so what about you, Roy? What sparks your creative juices, gets them wheels
I
spinning?
look at it in 3 different ways.
Let's hear it.
One is when I want to work out, I listen to David Goggins. Anything he says, I'm just like, all right, there's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
If you put him on, or this guy Cameron Haynes. I don't know if you know him. Can you look up his Instagram, please?
Yeah.
He works out with David Goggins, and he's a total badass.
Both beasts.
Just looking at those men, I'm just like, that's like.
A lot of accountability.
Like, I want to I don't necessarily want to look like that because that's like discipline out
Accountability is
the ass.
important, bro.
But their lifestyle is
Swagadellic.
like. Oh, you know who he is?
Yeah, bro. I already seen that.
I know who Cameron Haynes is.
I want a Rogan 24 hat, Haynes 24 hat. But I'll like watch these guys.
He's a world-renowned bow hunter. He stays in shape so he can pack out his animals after he kills them.
Yeah, he says it's his Super Bowl is going to kill an elk.
Look how he parks his truck right next to that.
Yeah.
Right, no fear at all.
So
like,
pulling one of those compound bones pretty hard to pull back.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. But once you get it past a certain point, it's light.
is it a lot of tension in the front end or in the
Yeah.
mid?
Yeah, in the front. And then once you get it past like
Go
three
to.
quarters-
You feel like there's other hit.
Dude, that's another thing I want to do. Not make knives.
I know a
but, like,
guy that makes them in Austin, dude. He makes. I was looking at this video. And I was thinking, like, what if you just got shot in the leg with that?
That would suck.
You got shot in the heart with that.
You got shot
Well, if you get shot in the
anywhere
heart,
with
you're
it.
dead. But
Yeah,
the thing
that
is,
would be a good murder weapon.
You get shot in the leg, you're gonna watch that thing, and you're like, oh no, I didn't even get it out.
Have you
Dude.
ever thought about killing somebody?
Yeah.
Nah.
Like a specific person?
No. Oh no.
Not since I was young.
I've never had that rage in me. No, I'm just thinking like,
That's why I don't own any guns. Because when I was young, bro, I was wilding out, bro. It's
you
crazy.
can exit out of that.
But anyway, back to the juices.
Oh, I'll watch them, and then whenever like with the guitar, I'll watch like. The reason I was listening to what I was listening to earlier because there's this fucking riff that I've been just banging in my head because I want to create something like that.
Dude.
Because me and my friend we've been actually making like fucking around with music now.
You and that other guy, what's his name?
Yash Stillbones.
Nice. Shout
So
out to
tomorrow
him.
we're gonna actually record a song.
Damn.
It might be a little bit of a goof, but
Yeah,
I mean
man,
I want to be solid on the guitar.
Yeah.
But I like listen to music or I'll watch YouTube videos of Metallica playing and I'll be like, damn, this is where I just every time I'm lazy, I watch these videos and I'm like, all right, they didn't get there by just sitting on their ass, so I got to get up and go, and that's kind of where the creativity comes. I don't know, like if that's creativity, maybe that's just motivation.
Right.
I don't know where the creativity
Yeah.
comes from. It's just
It's
my
the
mind
muse,
doesn't
man.
stop. My mind never stops.
Yeah.
Just
And there's this thing.
everything is just one after another, one after another.
There's this thing that I've been like trying to hold true to for myself is that habits beat motivation all day long. You know what I mean? Because the habit, although it's consistent, right, and it may not be up here, because the motivation, you can be up here, then you can be down here, then you can be here, you can be down here, and then you can be back up here. Where the consistency and the habits is always here. So the work is always getting done, as opposed
No matter
to
if you're
I feel like
motivated
it,
or
I
not.
don't feel like it, like habits. So for me, especially lately, like I've definitely been trying to form better habits about making these things happen. Granted, with the chaos of life, like everybody else, you know, it's just a matter of trying to figure out where I can fit in this time to do this thing. You know what I mean? So that's the journey I've been on.
So,
Lately.
how do you form good habits?
Good habits. Man, it's difficult, to be honest. Like, I struggle with eating good. If you can form good eating habits, that's a big one, but I can never do that. I would say, okay, this is what you do. You got to hack yourself. You have to find out what it is that actually moves you. Like what actually was going to get you motivated. And a lot of times it's not the most moral or, worthy fucking things,
Yeah.
What moves a lot of men is like pussy or something to do with your ego. Like if you can,
A lot of stuff is ego driven.
it's ego driven. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like find out what actually drives you. If it's your ego that drives you, then tell yourself things that are going to hype up your ego, and that'll wake you up in the morning. Like think about, okay, I'm going swimming in 2 months. I know I'm going to have to take my shirt off in front of people. So.
But is that necessarily a bad thing though? Like.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying find what moves you. Like for me, a lot of times it's vanity.
Yeah, I think. I mean, motivation can come in a bunch of different types of forms.
I don't work out because I want to live long and be healthy. I work out because I want to be like, oh yeah.
Are you doing it?
I mean, I guess too much of one thing is bad, but
So that's how I build my
vanity's
habits.
not, like if that's your influence, then fuck it.
And then also another thing for building habits is create an environment that's conducive to the lifestyle that you want to live.
Right.
And I feel like if there's any example that I've set, it's that very specific thing is like I've molded my environment to be conducive to the lifestyle I want to live.
Yep.
And just because I'm not capturing it and putting it on video and sharing it with everybody doesn't mean I'm not living it.
Right.
I did that for a little while. I did that for a little while just to give people a sneak
If you
peek
didn't post it, then it
into
didn't
how I
happen,
live.
bro.
Yeah. No.
If you didn't bust it, didn't happen.
Exactly. That's how people feel. It's weird, dude.
Bro, did y'all saw Gilbert Goffery? Was that his name?
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah.
Did
I
he
think-
really?
Yeah, well, I thought that was the most cringe shit that, like, all these people, like, granted, I'm sure he was friends with, but I feel like some people forcibly, like, posted RIP. Like,
I don't know, but I would hate to have to play that character
Yeah.
that Gilbert Godfrey played. Because
Which one?
Gilbert Godfrey,
Yeah, like-
isn't he just like obnoxious kind of
He's funny, though.
tongue-in-cheek
Yeah. That's
comedy?
yeah.
He's the parrot off of Aladdin. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's his whole
That's
stick.
his shtick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and when you're in entertainment, you got to have a shtick. You got to have a thing that you do that's like whether it's alter ego or some sort of persona that you take over whenever people are putting you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying, I would hate to be that person and be like, oh, I got to post RIP or they're going to get mad at me.
Yeah. That stuff is
Come
kind
on,
of.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Hold on,
that's
that's
too
a thing?
Hell, he had
Yeah.
that.
Well,
That's a
yeah,
thing,
you're really
though.
like, you're not really like on like that or like Twitter mainly too.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong.
Listen to Bert
I
Kreischer
get why you would
talk
want
about
to.
it.
Sounds like
I get why
bullshit.
you would want to pay your respects, but if you're really not a fan, like.
Gilbert Godfrey was obnoxious, and that was his whole fucking thing.
I don't know. I think that's funny. So that's why I liked it.
What was the next question? What happened?
Wasn't he obnoxious? Wasn't that's Gilbert Godfrey?
He was the
right?
Aflac duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, that
you
brother
can
was
see
getting paid.
that being annoying to a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's just
I thought
it's
that
a
was
caricature.
intentionally. I thought it was intentionally annoying.
Yeah, it's a caricature of whatever he was, whatever the
That's
comedy
older
was.
comedy though.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of that stuff doesn't fly nowadays. You can't pull off sticks like that anymore. Like
Hell no.
it's too generic nowadays.
Too corny.
People want them multifaceted.
What's wild about him was when he first started stand-up comedy, he started at the same time and did the same comedy club as Eddie Murphy and Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh wow,
So
that's
he was
dope.
a part of that group.
Yeah.
In the
That's
80s.
really cool.
Yeah. Well, probably late 70s, early 80s, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I've never really listened to that old shit.
Really?
Have
Have you ever heard Delirious by Eddie Murphy?
That's what made me think of it.
probably
my
probably
God,
the greatest stand-up of all
So
time.
good.
Is it funny?
Yes.
Even to this day?
So good. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Even to
Is it
this
Bad?
day.
Is it wild?
Not compared to some of the stuff I've heard nowadays, but I mean back then, yes. Back
You know
then
who's
it was
underrated though? Kind of same on that same level. Martin Lawrence.
Absolutely 100%. The You're So Crazy special.
Dude, Martin Lawrence.
Incredible. It's like this. The emoji that does this bad
Insane.
boy. That's what the Martin Lawrence You're So Crazy. And you think I'm crazy.
I've heard he's funny for the people
Hilarious.
who are funny. So
Yes.
Hell, without Eddie Murphy, though, we would have never had Martin
Anybody else,
Lawrence and Chris Rock.
Charlie
and
Murphy.
shit. You know,
No, I agree. There's a lot of greats in there.
Fuck, I was about to ask you something, so I could tell you, but I forgot.
Go back to those questions.
Oh, there's one. I think it's like, how do you want your grandparents to?
What do you want your
Grandparents?
How do you want your grandchildren to? Read it out loud, because I'm
What would
stuck
you
on
like your grandchildren to say about you? Man.
First of all, do you want grandchildren?
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about it last time. I still want at least one more, but
Oh yeah.
even if
might
it doesn't
have
happen, I'll be like, Gavin, you need to have like 5 kids.
Yeah.
Because I want a lot of grandkids. And he may end up like me. He may end up with just one. But what I would like them to say about me is just that that man worked hard. You know, he was a true believer in what he believed in. He went after it, and he did it. Like, that's what I would like them to say about me. Like, being dope, being cool, all that other cool stuff, like, yeah, it's nice. But, like, I would like them to look at me and be like, that's what I would like to aspire to be. And it's when I look at my grandpa, I'm like, dang, that man was super patient. He was hardworking. He was there for you. And, like, he was loving and super non-judgmental. Even though he had his beliefs that he stuck by, when a new person came around, like, he was just super respectful to them, let them do what they needed to do. And, like, he never had any beef. He never had any drama. He was just chill. Like, that's what I would want. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
I posted that today.
What a great answer.
Yeah.
He just answered how he felt about his grandpa.
Right.
That's how I was gonna try to
His
approach it.
his grandpa would probably never ask that question. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And that's what I'm aspiring to be, is more like my grandpa, like,
Wow.
in that manner. Because he was, man. He was, like, super patient dude. Like,
Yeah.
super chill, super understanding. Like, never got crunk, never got, you know what I mean? Like,
He
was
set
way
a good
chill.
example for you to follow.
Absolutely. Which to me was awesome because I didn't have a dad. You know what I mean? So, like, he's everything to me. So that's where I'm coming from. And I would love to be that for my grandkids. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
What about you, Swag?
I would want my grandchildren to say my grandpa was a bad motherfucker.
He was a BAMF.
Yeah, dude, my neighbor used to say that shit. Bam.
He was BAMF.
Do you want grandchildren?
Yeah, definitely.
How many?
Do you want more? Do you want any more kids?
Oh yeah, I could pop out another kid or two.
Dude.
Just wait till me and Jen
Does your
start having
wife-
kids, and we can have
my
kids
wife-
together.
Only when she's really drunk will she be like,
Let's do this.
we
For real.
can have one more.
Wait till me and Jen
Yeah.
start having kids, and we can have kids at the
Yeah.
same age.
My kid's gonna bully
That's
your kid.
hilarious.
I'm just kidding.
Like, it's gonna be like me and
Kid's
you.
gonna pick on
He's gonna be so much bigger than yours, and then you're gonna be punking my kid.
Dude.
Dude.
I would love that. I would
Kids-
love to see y'all's kids. I think
Kids
that'd be
give
awesome.
you a lot of purpose in life if you really if you're in a good spot within yourself to see the opportunity that children present you. It can really change you as a person in a very natural way, in a very healthy, natural way.
I kind of like this because none of us have. You guys have kids, none of us have grandkids though.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to only talk Spanish too. I don't think that's gonna happen because my Spanish is terrible. But
We should do a podcast
No.
where we're only allowed to speak Spanish.
I just
very short.
The next podcast I drop, I was talking to this guy and I was like, I think I'm gonna learn Spanish and try to do like a
full.
maybe like once a month do a fucking Spanish.
Is
thing.
Tom Segura still
See?
doing that? Because he was
No,
doing
he
that for a while.
stopped when he
stopped
moved.
doing it.
He was doing it in LA and he moved over here. And
Gotcha.
I think he's on doing the world tour, making
So
doctor
stop,
money.
yeah.
So we don't got time for that.
Dude.
If we do that, I'm just gonna say "ay cabrón" the whole time.
Hijo de su-
But that's a goal of mine too. Like, if when I get to be old man Vargas, I want to be Spanish speaking only.
This was the first. This one, not last episode, but the one before, was the first time I ever said something in Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you want your grandchildren to say about you, Roy?
I think about it like my grandparents, and I have a lot of grandparents actually, because I
Really?
have like step grandparents,
Dang.
and then
Are they all pretty cool to you?
I don't know how to say that without hurting anybody's feelings.
Just
but
say yes or no. I'll just play. You don't have to go that far into
Yes.
detail.
they've always been fair to me,
There you go.
but some of them haven't always been fair to my cousins
Right.
through whatever.
For whatever.
So that's how I want him to be like I'm never gonna have stepkids, I don't think so.
Right.
I wouldn't have to be in that position, but I always want, if I have multiple kids and they have all kids, I want them to always be like, he loved us fair. He loved all of us fairly,
Same,
like,
yeah.
because
There were no favorites.
there's some situations in my life where we're like, yeah, we know who your favorite is, like it's obvious.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
And I'm a grown man,
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna live, but it's like, that sucks
Yeah.
a little bit. I don't want them to say that about
But you
me.
were one
Sucks
of the
for everyone
favorites,
else. No, I'm just
You weren't one of the favorites?
No.
Dang, that's
Well,
crazy.
I was the first grandchild in a lot of the But
So that would instantly make you the favorite.
but I'm not. As time went on, and
That's why you're salty.
yeah. Yeah. No, but
That's why.
also one of the things that I call him Big G, that he taught me was like the importance of family. Like I think of him like as a family man and just a solid dude.
Yeah.
And he'll like when you go to post, it's as I've gotten older, I've realized how much people respect him.
Right.
Whether it's through
It's known around the
fear
town.
or whatever his method is that got him the respect that he got. I want them to like look up to me like that. Like because I've
It is
said
a cool feeling.
I've said that like I want to be a mover and a shaker in this town, and I think that would command respect, and I want them to be like,
Well, you need some bodies on you, son.
Dude.
Kill some people.
You know, it's
no, not like that. No,
Nah, that's a cool feeling though. Like, cause even when I show up and post, people are like, "Hey, aren't you Luffy's boy?"
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah. I'm not his actual boy, but like his grandson. You know what I mean?
Same.
Like,
It's
they
like-
get it. They get it.
They know who my
Yeah.
because he's actually my mom's stepdad. And it's like you're Gilbert's daughter, you're
That's
Gilbert's
awesome.
grandson. Like
That's a good feeling.
they know who he is, so that's how I'd want them to say about me. It's all about like I just want to be like a solid dude when I'm older. Like I don't want people to like talk badly about me.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Or like I don't want to give people a reason to be like, he sucks.
Right.
You know, because there's
That guy's the worst.
Yeah, I don't want that.
He had
My
the
grandpa sucks.
This
He
podcast,
had the longest, suckiest running podcast in Lubbock history.
who did he think he was?
What a joke.
Who did he think he was? No, I don't.
Now we have all these videos we can watch where they goofing off with his two friends and
Shit. Yeah.
Bradley over there.
This made me think about that. You've always said that, like, we have an archive of our children, and this can be weird. Like, all this shit.
Yeah.
where
I wish.
Like, look how
I
young we
really
look.
do. I really do wish I could
Yeah.
go back and listen to a podcast with my grandpa and his boys.
Exactly.
Like, I think that would be the dopest thing ever.
Bunch of
Can you
N-words
imagine
flying around.
How much cooler it would be than what we're doing?
It would be way cooler.
Yeah.
Way cooler. But
Bro, did your grandparents, were they drinkers or anything like that?
nah, my grandpa was pretty much straight edge, bro.
My grandpa was alcoholic.
Like he had all, like, they kind of, like, were drinkers, and I just to mic that up. Just imagine miking that up, like those conversations, those old fucks.
We're gonna be
Like
somebody's
those-
grandpas and we're drinking in here, chilling,
Yeah.
having a good time. We're toasting up. Is this the candy?
I'm back on the Stones.
To the Pirate Radio. You're back on the Stones?
Aye, aye.
Swag.
Oh, I like that. Aye.
Swag. I've been dying to talk about this with you, my friend. Do you listen to Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast?
Yeah, but I listened to it pieces and pieces and pieces, and I listened to the piece that you were referring to.
Matt McCusker, they call him the shaman, and that's how I think you're the young shaman.
Thank you.
You are, but you're our shaman for sure.
Absolutely.
And I look at you the way he is, and he's kind of the one who inspired me to read a book and talk about it. But I don't
Nice.
think I'm that.
Yeah. But that's
Anyways,
dope.
you shot
That's
down
really-
he killed my dream. But anyways,
I'm not a dream killer.
anyways, so they talk about consciousness.
Consciousness.
First of all, I will say it. I thought conscious and a conscience.
You thought consciousness and having a conscience.
I thought they were one word, but meant two different things.
Okay.
I didn't know they were spelled differently. I knew they were two different things. Okay.
Yeah.
My fault.
Hey, everybody has goofs.
Can you Google what Google says about consciousness? I want to see how you spell it. First of all, but is consciousness something that has what do they call it?
Way
Like,
off.
oh fuck, I missed it, but whatever.
So the definition here is the state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings.
Is it
That's
something that's like, I think they call it like a materialistic person? Is that what, like that flop? Is it something that has just has like through evolution, through biology, that has arisen through us as humans, or is it
Yeah,
something
I
that's
think-
like? Because here's the argument that he said, and I wanted to hear your take on it. He was like, because our brains are made up of the same material that is the universe,
Yeah.
and the fact that our brain can, through whatever scientific process, can create its own reality, like in a dream or this reality.
Yep.
Why wouldn't the universe be able to create its own realities and create be conscience itself. And that's what I thought when he said that. I thought that's God to me. Like
Right.
the
I was
universe
like,
is
maybe
just
it is already. Like,
the universe is just one big living thing.
Yeah. So
How do you view it?
first of all, you have to try to gain some perspective, and that's the hardest part. Gaining perspective.
I'm fucking stupid when trying to explain it, but
I mean,
it
even
makes
in
sense
the
in my head.
definition, it says state of being awake. You have to be awake.
So
Stay woke.
to gain perspective on the whole situation, you have to understand that we're very limited in our perceptions, right? We have 5 senses,
Yeah, and he was saying like,
and so to think that we are the end all be all of consciousness and awareness, it's a very naive assumption.
that'd be like a materialistic view.
It's like an ant thinking that it knows everything because it's able to function in its own little society, and it's able to continue for eons and eons.
Also, that was one of the things that I sort of believe too. He's saying, and on some level, everything around us is conscious.
Yes, and so, okay, I like to think about it like this. Whenever people see animals at the zoo, whether it's the monkeys or the chimpanzees or whatever it might be, and they see it exhibit a behavior that looks similar to a human behavior, we assume that it is acting like us. It's acting like us. Let's admire it for acting like us.
Right.
No, we are acting like it. Nature is something that we had to learn ourselves, and we had to mimic in order to survive. So to think that we're the prime example of consciousness and awareness, it's very naive. It's very fucking stupid. It's very ignorant for us to assume that we're the most aware beings that exist just because we're the most physically capable, because we have thumbs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, welcome to the Swagadellic show.
But it's a Matt and Shane secret podcast.
One thing that
it's called Super Gremlin. Go listen to the episode and he talks about it.
He touches on mycelium.
Yeah, and with rocks and how
Yes,
they
so
kinda
mycelium-
react with each other.
Mycelium is referred to as the internet of the plant world because it's constantly growing throughout all the soil.
I've heard it's one big connected thing, right?
really? It's
Wow.
it's
Like
an
the
organism.
whole planet is connected.
So what mycelium does is it takes nutrients from rocks. It literally cracks open the rocks, takes the nutrients and the minerals out of it, and redistributes it through the soil, so that other plants and trees and shit can have.
I've heard
That's the
there's
craziest
been
thing I've ever
studies
heard.
like I heard it on Rogan where it was like trees in one part of the world know that other trees in the other part are like lacking, so somehow some way
Not
like,
necessarily the other part of the world, but another side of the forest.
I've heard, like, different
within its own
regions.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
oh, well,
depending on the
you're
ecosystem.
condensing it down. I've heard, but
Yeah,
I've also
the trees
heard
are the
that
socialist
through
side.
a whole network that we kind of almost don't understand. It's one big giant mushroom.
Yeah.
This planet is one big. And this, okay, so I've had a lot of thoughts about this, and this made me feel very connected to death almost. Because like it's like maybe we are connected to the universe. We are the universe, and the universe we're
The universe expressing itself. We're the consciousness of the universe.
And I've heard that when somebody like it's actually Instagram, when they're like he died and he returned to the universe, and I've been and I was like, maybe that is what death is, and that is it almost like you're connected back to the universe.
At the very least, okay, take all the woo-woo, like, hopefully we live forever. At the very least, there's carbon and iron and nitrogen and all these things in your cells and your bones. Right. And so when that's in the dirt, these animals that are going to decompose your body, these funguses and, everything that's decomposing your body, that's the universe putting you back into the cycle.
Right.
That's why, in a way, I don't want to be like whenever I die, I don't want to be embalmed and put in a box.
Right.
I kind of want to be absorbed into this earth and have, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Would you want to do the where they plant you as a tree?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And make your
I'll do
ashes
that.
into a tree or whatever?
maybe.
I do.
Something in between.
But who knows? I mean,
By that
I
time, they could have all
I
kinds
saw a
of
funny thing where this guy's like, I want my ashes in my wife's chili, so I can tear that ass out one last time when I'm dead.
I mean, but I think
There's your joke for the day, brother.
Thank you.
I think
Roy does tell jokes.
I mean, I feel like as soon as you pass on, like whatever your body is here, like it almost doesn't matter in a way, because you're
Right.
I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about this because just how as soon as you pass on, you might see your life before your life before your eyes or whatever. I mean, your perception of time, like it just like just a snap could be 1,000 years of your afterlife or whatever.
Right.
That's so crazy.
I don't know. But I will say though, consciousness and all that, I've always said that I think your brain is where your soul is located at. Because you can get injured anywhere else in your body and it can heal. But if you hit your head or
too fragile.
get stabbed, you're fucked. Like, it fucks up your whole system.
Right, you're
That's
not
where
the
you're-
same person
yeah.
that you were before.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that consciousness, and then he talked about psilocybin. Is that how you say it?
Psilocybin.
And this is gonna sound silly, but I was thinking, like, you know what? I think I kind of want to grow my own weed and my own mushrooms and try. Like, that would ease me into trying
Really?
and starting to smoke again.
That?
Like, cause I don't trust what the fuck you motherfuckers be smoking and shit. You guys be smoking that crazy shit. I want to but I do want to grow. I know that way, and I feel like
It'll expand your consciousness.
It'll show me things that I might need to
Hey,
show.
Bradley, Google the safest drug in the world.
You don't even like calling it that.
Magic mushrooms.
Psilocybin.
Magic mushrooms.
That's so crazy.
I think the FDA
Hey, so I
started.
can't make this shit up.
The,
You know what
the,
I mean?
the FDA starting to like
Google.
try to like
Call
use
me
it
out.
as.
Say I'm out there. Say that I'm giving kids bad advice.
Nah, bro.
I mean, it's again, full disclosure, it's still illegal.
Right, yeah. I mean,
The man's trying to stop us, man.
what I don't understand.
Chinese government.
You think?
Oh, don't get me started. No, I'm just kidding.
Golly,
No, let's not go down that road.
bro. So
Everything's
much could
hot
be
right
said.
now, bro. They're gonna kill us.
Yeah, so it's almost like our brain is the universe. Even though I said we're not the end all be all, there is also an argument that is how much realer can it get
Right.
than being a human being here on Earth? How
Right.
much
You hit the lotto.
deeper? How much deeper can your emotions be? How much deeper potential is there for suffering? How much deeper potential is there for love, for joy, for all these things? What other creature
experiences all of that.
could experience this? Right?
Is everything a
Sometimes
loop?
I don't know.
A loop?
Oh,
Like-
he talked about that too.
Like, I mean, I don't know if it's a thing where, when you pass on, you live your life again, or you live a life again, but someone else.
Well, there's a strong theory that he was talking about that the universe expands eventually too big that it condenses right back into the Big Bang, and then it expands. So like maybe this life just it's like it gets so big
That's
and
some
then
ancient Hindu beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of reincarnation because
But it's
ultimately what it's saying is that our souls are here to evolve, and the only place a soul can evolve is in basically like this is a prison.
Right, but that's
So
what I was
is
gonna
this
say.
hell?
I was like, reincarnation is not a good thing, though.
You don't think
Like,
so?
no, like you're reincarnated because you jacked up life, so you got to get it right.
Well, kind of. That's not exactly.
yeah, if you're
what it
bad,
is.
you're like born a jackal or something.
Right, like it's like a
Well, we've talked about this before, where I've asked Roy, like, the life that we live, like, we talked about it last time about time, but the life that we live, it's very short, but there comes a time where people don't get great at life until way later on, and it's
all
a struggle
experience,
for me to think that as soon as you
figure it out.
figure it out, a lot
It's
of
time to
times
die.
Yeah.
like, to me, it's hard to
That's
think
part of the
that-
experience.
Some people don't
Yeah.
even figure it out.
right. Some people don't ever get that far
Yeah.
because I mean, like if I unfortunately, like if I died tomorrow, I'm a super old man right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a real thing.
But also think about it like this. If you say it took you a long time to get good at life, that's just a result of your circumstances.
Right.
Because
yeah.
if you had every advantage growing up environmentally,
Yeah.
then you would have got a lot better at life a lot sooner.
Well, I think what I'm saying, to elaborate more on that, is that, hell, you could be rich, but you can still be depressed
Depending on who your parents are and if
Depending
they're
on-
trying to guide your life or not.
Yeah.
But it's just, I
Shit,
think,
rich sounds fun to me.
but in some ways, do you believe that what we're living here, like, this is a purgatory or
That's what I just said.
Yeah, in a way, because it's like, okay, it's your soul is trying to evolve, right? And what other way to evolve rather than like coming down in a physical existence and feeling emotion and feeling, you know, good emotions and bad emotions and having to like really experience things. There's no other way. And so what he's saying is like, okay, if you were a shitty person, then you're going to reincarnate again into the cycle and you're going to have to live your karma. And so you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
Right? But if you can suffer gracefully and you can learn the lessons that you were sent here to learn, then your next reincarnation will be better and it'll be easier and you'll be more inclined to eventually reach nirvana.
Would you want to do it though?
I think we're already doing it.
I don't want to. I don't want to be reincarnated.
I don't want to reboot, bro. I really
either.
don't. Like I
Would you
I wanna
rather be
one and
you
done.
forever?
I love this.
I would not want to be forever either. I
Right.
would want to exist one time, and that's it. Because to
If you
live
live it
forever-
right, if you
growing
live it right,
up-
one time's enough.
Do you feel like you've only lived once before?
I do. I feel like a fresh soul. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know if this makes sense, but there's times where I have a memory of something,
Yeah.
but it never it
Exactly.
never happened.
Yep.
Smoking that shit, boy.
Well, no, it's not that.
It's
No,
a Delta
Well,
8 you
yeah.
be fucking smoking.
But
I smoked Delta 8 once, and he just me hard
And
shit.
it was that one.
Hey, ask Jen about Delta 8 when you get a chance.
She already told me. She said,
No, but
Hey, can you
so
click on
like
that
what kind of memories?
Scientists rate 9 recreational drugs.
what he's talking about isn't
down.
uncommon.
Right? No, I've heard of it. Like you felt like,
Like deja vu type shit?
yeah, kind of
you-
like,
Or is that an alternate reality?
dude. That makes
mean-
there's like all kinds of stuff when it comes to deja vu, bro. There's even like
it's deja vu. It's dreams. Like hell, I had a very
Oh, my
vivid.
dreams are nuts.
I had a very vivid dream last night, and I like
Was it
for
about-
sure thought, okay, it was about a fucking nuke went off, and we were fucking like, oh shit, like this is it. Like
you're in Hiroshima.
Where were you at? Were you here?
I was here, but okay, so
Hold on, you were
so-
here like Snake Pit Studios?
so in my dream,
Hey, that'd be a skit.
so in
We
my
got the bunker down.
So in my dream, I remember seeing a thing falling on the corner of my eye, and I looked over it, and there's a cloud. But it happened in California. We saw it that far.
You see the mushroom cloud?
But then we saw like a bunch of other things trying to hit it, like to intercept it, but it didn't happen. Then other ones started happening, but then technology shut off.
God
And
damn it. This is realistic.
So we didn't know. And in my dream, I remember like, but there was other bombs that happened, and then eventually things came back up, and it turned out it had happened in Georgia, North Carolina.
This
and
is
New
like a
York.
Last Babylon. Have you read that?
And so it was just more of like, you know,
Yeah, no, that could definitely
You know-
happen, like for sure. There's only a couple of switch centers for cell phones, and you take one of them out, and it does do some good damage.
but I don't know. It's just like things that
Dreams are alternate reality
Bro, my dreams are insane.
by definition.
Do you ever try to change your dreams mid-dream?
last.
That's called lucid
Okay,
dreaming.
so
Yeah.
yeah, last
better.
night
I love that.
I was
That's the
like
shit.
in control of my dream.
Amazing.
But that's probably because I haven't been smoking anything because I've been out of town.
Yep.
So, but when you like stop, you start to.
you start dreaming again.
start
You know what the
Very
spooky
intensely.
thing about dreams is?
So
Because I've had the same, not the same, but the way I've died in the dream has been the same across all my
he won't
dreams.
what
tell us.
happened?
I won't tell
us.
you because I don't.
He don't want it to happen.
I do not want
Lame.
this shit to happen. Like I don't know if like saying it's gonna fuck me up.
Lame.
I
You know what?
have-
I like to
you know,
tell
okay, you know, I'll say-
everybody so that
No,
I
wait,
take
I won't.
precautions.
I'm gonna write it down.
It'd be so much doper if we knew.
I'm gonna
And,
write it
and then
down.
it did happen. It'd be like, look at this.
Dang, he called it.
No, because
Hey!
no, because because if I do die like this, it is gonna suck horribly.
Well, what is it, man? Just tell us.
Car wreck and fire.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Nah,
You get murdered?
I get murdered every time, but
Jen slits your throat while she like.
the way I get murdered every time, it's like I feel it. Like I feel
You
like
get murdered by a person? Is it a person you know right
I
now?
never know the person.
Dude, he's on stage performing his hit single, Satanic
It's like
Sex
some-
Goddess.
You're the new Buddy Holly?
It's some dime bag shit, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fucking die like
some
that, bro.
Dimebag shit. That'd be legendary. Fuck
Yeah.
it. We're
Yeah.
all gonna die.
Yeah,
It's
but
inevitable.
the pain of that dying, like sitting there, like
Dude,
watching
what
yourself
about
just.
pain?
Yeah, I'm worried about the pain.
your
But the
body-
thing is, like, yeah,
your body
depending
is
on
I'm not
how
worried
you
about
get-
dying. I'm worried about the pain.
Your body's equipped to die. I don't know if you know this, but there's certain endorphins and
Is
there's
that when,
certain adrenaline that will be released.
DMT comes out.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
But do you believe, because in Bible stories, people live up to 500 years. Do you think at one time us human beings did live that long?
So I think there's a couple of options whenever it comes to that. You could say, okay, back then people were living more holistically, and there was a lot more longevity. And
Or
that's
is it
not
bad
that
It wasn't
far
like
Or is it
mass-
bad record
the-
keeping?
like the illnesses weren't there the way that they are.
or they
now.
just weren't measuring days the same way that we
That's
measure
what I'm
days
saying.
now.
The record keeping wasn't.
Either way,
They weren't
accurate.
eating sugar, that's for sure.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were. Sugar cane, brother.
but not like the
Not
way that we
processed
eat
sugar.
sugar. Yeah,
They
no.
weren't eating a bunch of Nestle Crunches every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they were eating
they
like-
were burning kids at the stake. It's
There's a
one or the
whole
other.
bunch of craziness.
but okay, this is the thing, right? Humans require so much resources. Like, to keep a human alive, so many calories. And that's why back in the day, okay, here we are at Easter. Where the fuck did we get a bunny laying eggs?
Yeah.
It's fertility
Hallmark.
rituals. It's fertility rituals. So back then,
pagan shit.
Advertisements.
exactly, it's pagan shit. They would celebrate fertility because for a woman to be able to become pregnant and then to actually conceive a child, that was a big deal because
Yeah.
humans. Think about us on the scale
a
of
big
like
deal now.
mammals. We're a big mammal. We're big.
Right,
We
animals.
require a lot of energy.
Have you ever seen Davy Crockett's
It's-
vest? It's tiny.
Hard, it's hard to keep us alive.
I have it at the Alamo. People
Do you
were
get what I'm
tiny
trying
back
to say?
then.
yeah.
But why?
This is what I said
but-
all that because I'm talking about the lifespan thing.
But why are we here? What's the purpose of all this?
To give life meaning. Give your own life meaning.
The purpose of life is to give life meaning.
But
ahead.
is this?
I think so. I think
is
it's to
this
give your own
what-
life meaning is the meaning of life.
I mean, okay, think about it like this. You can tie it back around to the consciousness conversation. We are the ultimate expression of consciousness. We're the universe expressing its highest level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, we are very weak, fragile
That-
beings too.
that's why we die.
There's a song that Queen wrote.
As far as like our skin being thin, is that what you mean? Like you could cut a
Well-
human and get to its organs really easily?
that, and then if you think of us compared, we don't have claws like a leopard. We don't.
But
That's
our
just
brain
good.
is so much
but
more
we've
dangerous.
evolved. Yeah.
Our minds are so much
because
more
we need
dangerous.
tools though.
right.
Yeah.
That's
But-
when sentience comes into play,
But
right?
what I'm
Yep.
thinking is if
Yep.
I'm not saying we're not perfect, but in God's eye, how come we're not all superheroes? How come we're not all Superman?
Maybe we are. to
Whenever you compare us
something
to
else.
the rest of the animal
Yeah.
kingdom, we are.
Yeah, it's something
And-
else.
and
That's the crazy part.
One
yeah.
thing that makes us a lot different is that we're able to perceive the future, right? So we can set that leopard or that jaguar up into a trap.
I was about to
That's
say
what
that claw
makes
don't mean
us
nothing to a gun.
Higher than an animal. It's because we can manipulate nature, and we can basically see the future and create.
But that's
the
also led
future.
to our downfall. A
But
little
is
bit, huh?
this part of the so-called simulation where it's a game where you gotta just work your way up,
Just level up.
status-wise, and
Real life
Maybe.
Grand Theft Auto.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Just
good.
noticed I was like, just
But-
Oh no, you're good. We're about to end it.
but yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
like if
Well-
we're
I always go back to the.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Life
Yeah.
is what you make it, right?
It's your
That's what's
experience. They always say, "Hey man,
Subscribe to Snake Pit
if that's your journey,
since you're alive
enjoy the
at
ride."
this point in time. But if we had more time, we could get into it. But we gotta be big boys and do another podcast. So
Sorry, I was late.
Swagadellic was late.
y'all can keep going.
No
I mean, I'm
disrespect.
literally just-
Well, we're almost at an hour.
Is that
Yeah.
That's why it's
is that
like,
Roy's
52.
new girlfriend? Is that Roy's new girlfriend?
52.
You could be in it if you want.
We have 52.
But
It's not bad.
no, it's perfect.
No, I wouldn't want to live forever though, for sure. Like that's a
My last question though, you believe that the universe is conscious?
Yes. Not the universe. I believe that Earth is conscious.
Isn't that just an extension of the universe?
There's a lot of dark matter in between every planet. Like there's a lot of space that I don't think is conscious.
You don't think it's all connected through?
No, but I think
I believe
that
in the Force.
when you
That dude, for real. I read it. Call it the
believe in
Holy
the
Spirit.
Force.
Call it the Holy Spirit.
I
dog.
believe in the Force.
May
You were
the
about to
Force
say
be
that,
with
weren't
you.
you?
May the Force be with you.
That
I
was
believe in the
connected.
Force.
That was
Hey,
connecting
I call
us.
upon the Force sometimes.
Hey man, it's the Holy Spirit, dog.
That's
I
why
believe it.
Yeah.
Call it what you want.
It's always hilarious when I go to Catholic churches and they're like, "Hey, may God be with you, and also with you,
with your spirit.
and I'm always like,
Yeah.
may the force."
Can't believe you haven't.
They change it every 30 years.
After this Sunday, I'm going back to church.
Yeah.
I'm not going on Easter,
Yeah.
but after
Yeah.
this Sunday, I'm going
That's
back
like
to
an
church.
inside Catholic joke for the force, but yeah, for sure,
Fuck yeah.
dude. We always talk about that. We always come back to Star Wars some way.
Watch Star
They got it
Wars.
right.
Yeah, man, it's so good.
Night.
Galaxy far, far away.
I wish I was at night.
In the words of Kanye,
night?
he kissed
Hey,
his
I
sister.
said that too before. We're the new Knights of the Round Table, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Speaking of nights,
dude. I love that part.
I mean, we should probably find a way to end this, but there's a documentary about Jimmy Savile. Have y'all seen that on Netflix?
No.
Creepy motherfucker, dude. He was like the biggest British icon for so many years,
Really?
I started watching that.
dude.
Good.
And they knighted him. They
Really?
they
Are you talking
knighted
about the
year?
child molester?
Yes.
What
I know
year
you're
is
talking
this?
about.
Evil motherfucker. This
Yeah,
was like in the
Why did
80s,
they night him? They
Bro,
didn't know.
70s, 80s.
If we
No,
were-
they knew because
knew?
Yes.
Oh god.
Chris, if we were born in England, we could have become knights because we're lords.
We are lords now.
We're lords. We could have become knights, but we could never be a sir.
Yeah. Dude, I would love to be. Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. We'll make it a thing.
So one time me and Roy were talking about taking a trip, and like we were just talking.
We got to go to Scotland to
and
see the
then-
land.
And then Roy was like, "Oh, we gotta go check out my land," and I'm like, "You have land?" And he's like, "I'm square foot."
Yeah. We bought square
Is that not fucking cool? Is that not fucking cool, bro? Bro, technically, you could put that on your passport and shit.
You have to give her a piggyback ride in order for y'all both to be chilling on
Right.
the.
I don't give a shit, man. I just want to see it.
Right?
Square foot.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
You're gonna
That's-
go see that land, and some owner's gonna be like, "Get the fuck off my
Are you a
land."
lord?
Yeah.
Are you a
dog
lord?
shit right
Are
on the
you,
square foot.
Are you? Well, I guess
I am
technically you guys, you're a
But-
lord because you own land here, but you're not a lord. I
Lord
guess.
Rattlesnake Roy.
No, Lord Rosario.
Lord Rosario.
I gotta beat that name out. Y'all don't even know my government
Okay.
name.
I'm just going by Lord VZ. I'll be alright.
Dude, we're lords.
This was a good one though.
Speaking of
Good
lords, time to do Lords of Film.
Time to do Lords,
Lords of
Hey,
Film.
do you have somebody-
Hey.
You want to sit on it and watch it?
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I can hang out.
We'll set up in the back. This is just gonna be these two.
Cool.
We'll set up in the back, and
Let's do it.
this will be out next Friday because we're gonna release these every Friday. But Lords of Film will be out.
I won't
tomorrow.
be here next Friday. Just FYI.
Where you gonna be at?
I wanna see
Dallas.
John Mayer. Yeah, for sure.
When are you leaving?
Dallas. Friday.
Well, then we'll do it on Thursday.
Austin or Dallas?
Dallas.
When are you gonna come back?
Not till like Monday.
Oh yeah, we'll do it Thursday then because we gotta do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
But this
I'm
will
with
be out every Friday. What are we gonna call it? We'll talk about that. Just again, Snake Pit presents Pirate Radio audio. Wherever you listen, just search that. It's on the Snake Pit YouTube channel.
it. We out.
Goodbye. We love you.
See you guys.